Okay, so this video is going to be on how I actually changed the threads for the Babylock Enlighten. If you've not checked it out before, or if you actually like a Babylock sewing machine, this is literally my baby over here. One of my favorite sewing machines. Amazing quality. The machines are amazing. Engines sound great. I love it. So I'm just going to change the thread over to black because I'm finishing up one of my sewing projects. So let's just go quickly on how to do that and get it done. So I'm just grabbing the snippers. I'm just going to snip the thread over here. We'll remove the spools, put them back. Gonna grab some black threads. The woolly nylon goes over here on the right side. Standard threads over here on the left. Gonna tie a knot. Basically, if you wanna learn in depth, okay, you can check out our online sewing course as well. But essentially, what you want to do is to change threads. You just want to tie a really tight knot and check. Okay, for the excess part here, I always trim that away. Okay, I'm just creating knots for all 4 threads. And then the woolly nylon, same thing. Okay, so I've got 2 woolly nylons and 2 standard cotton polyester threads, so nothing too fancy there. Just making sure to tie a knot, cutting away the excess. Once I'm done with creating all 4 knots going on over here, then going to actually turn on the machine. I'm actually going to open the cover here, remove this side as well. So I'm going to go from serging to threading. Alright, so what I'm going to do from here is actually going to use the hand wheel to turn it so that this here pops into place. So you're going to see this part over here. It's going to pop into place. Watch that. Oh, beautiful. This part. I'm going to lift up my footer and I am going to actually pull the tail to the back. So that releases all the tension that's stuck on the tail over here. Okay, so I'm actually grabbing the tweezers. And I actually like to move these babies over and out to the side. This way so that the whole tail is actually free. So from here, then it's actually a lot easier in my opinion, because when the tail is free and you actually want to change the thread, it actually makes it a lot easier. So I am going to go ahead to actually pull these babies a little bit, see how they're feeling. Okay, so from here, with the tail actually loosened like this, okay, I can then actually go on to slowly pull and at the same time try and get the threads to loosen up a lot more. One thing I like to do is I like to use the, what do you call this, the tweezers, and really do that. And what helps is I will then help to pull a little bit here to release the tension so that it helps to actually pull that in place. See, the tail is actually getting looser and looser. So that's one of the things that I really like to do. Pull this baby more. So it seems a bit tight. Yeah. Okay, so you see my tail is actually getting looser and looser. So basically this is what I like to do to loosen it first, so the tail gets longer and longer, looser and looser, so it's a lot easier to go one by one. Okay, my method is to change the threads one by one because I think it makes a lot of difference. So that's definitely something that I like to do. Once I have this going on over here, beautiful, I actually cut this part that has been knotted in by the serger itself away. From here, what I like to do is I like to start with the 2 needles first before I move on to the woolly nylon on the other side. So I grab one of the tails here whichever one it is, okay? So I am pulling this one here. So this is the left needle, okay? So once it actually gets over here, I just do a little tuck. So you can see that the black thread has already gone through, okay? The rest of the silver thread has not gone through yet. So I'm going to slowly pull, okay? I'm going to hold on to the rest of the tail here. I'm going to slowly pull that. And we are at the eye of the needle. Okay, it's a little bit knotted now, so I'm just going to use my tweezers to unknot that baby. Okay, and since this is done, I'm actually going to use the tweezers to pull this in this way. Snip, throw the knot, and then I'm actually going to pull this baby through. Okay, so that's when the tweezers always help. And I'm going through into the eye of the needle. Okay, pulling in through the back, making sure everything is not knotted. Done with one. Okay, I'm just going to pull a little bit more. Okay, so the next one I have is the right needle. So same thing. I am going to pull this, but I want to hold on to the rest of the 3 tails. So I'm just going to gently pull this. You can see the black thread coming in through the top. Dun, 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 dun. Now, can you see there is this going on here? It's a lot of threads stuck here. So if this happens, this is a very problematic thing that you have to take note of, okay? Trust me on this. So you just need to actually straighten the thread. Just make sure that nothing is going to be an issue as it goes through the machine, yeah? So you want to make sure you straighten the thread over here, okay? So once that's straightened, I'm going to continue on pulling this baby. But now since it's straightened, it's going to be a lot easier. When the knot is over here at the top, sometimes I just like to kind of move it together to get it through. Okay, my knot's a little bit big. That's why it's having issues. My bad. Okay, you see, I snapped it. So what happened was my knot here, if you can see, my knot, I tied it a little bit too big. Okay, I didn't do a very good knot, so the thread actually broke, and it's okay. I mean, that's normal and it's alright. Okay, so we're just gonna rethread this baby over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this out. So let me show you my knot. Okay, see, my knot was too fat. I didn't do a very tight and nice knot, so it didn't go through. So all good. Let's just rethread this. So going through the second part here, down here, over here, one more hook, 1, 2, 3 hooks, over, down, coming in. So this is for the right needle. I'm pushing this over to the right. It's the needle threader. Hooking it in, pulling it back, very nice. And this is where it goes. So now that we have the needles through, see, I pulled this through already. We're going to go on to the woolly nylon over here, which is these 2 spools. It's still in the silver, part. So this one again, you can do it 2 at a time, but I like to actually hold on to this area here to help release the tension a little bit so it moves a lot easier. This is just what I find helpful. Okay. Sure, everyone has their own ways, but this is what I like to do because I hate it when the thing snaps. Okay, so once this is there, okay, so the knot is right now over here, right? So in order for the knot not to break, like what happened for the needles earlier, I like to hold on to one side here and another side here, and actually just kind of do a little like front and back until it actually pops in. Once it's in, okay, this is where I find which of the woolly nylon it is, not this one, the other one. And I like to pull that and just help it go in place. So once that's done, I just pull, ta-da, and it's out. Okay, so that's one done, one more left to go. So same thing, pulling the knot through. So I kind of help glide it through, holding on to the end here, this hand helping. Okay, you see the knot is here, so I'm actually pulling it through. Okay, And we are done. There you go. You see the knot going through. Very nice. So now you have 4 threads, all black. Really like that. So looking good. Okay. From here, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to put this from threading to serger. So opening up that little tube going on over here. Putting this back in and closing this baby back. It pops in by itself as long as everything is in place. Okay. Once this is done, don't forget to put your footer down. Okay, and you're ready to go. So I'm just going to step on my footer over here, my pedal rather, and just create some chains and just check. So you see it's all straight now. I'm going to create a chain first, making sure everything's okay. Okay, so it got a little bit stuck there, but you see once everything is okay, it will release by itself. So it looks good. Okay, you always want to make sure that your tail is as much as possible, you know, by the edge of the sewing machine here, because this helps a lot. Okay, if you're too short, it might just eat back in, so I'm not liking that. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, just making sure everything is okay. So I like to use my thumb to actually lift the foot this way. Very good. Can you hear the sound of the machine? This machine sounds amazing. Okay, so you see that's going on here because there's a very thick layer going on here. It's basically double layered, lots of serging lines, blah, 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 blah. So what I like to do from here is I like to actually just hold on to the back. Can you see it's a little bit slanted right now? So it's okay, don't freak out. The Babylock is able to actually deal with all of these, so I'm not so worried. Okay, so I like to kind of just help guide it through by holding on to the back and gently tugging. Oops. Okay, you see this part is getting eaten in, okay, because of that whole mess over there. So if this happens, okay, what I like to do is I actually like to remove it. So using the hand wheel, needle up, okay, footer up, and then from here, I like to release it from all of this mess going on over here. All right, so you want to take your time with this. Just pull all the fabric to the back. I like to lift up the footer if you can, as much as you can as well. So just kind of gently tugging. Okay, once that's done, okay, footer is still up, yeah. I'm just stepping on the pedal to release all of that mess. Okay, so you can see when testing, the front part over here looks amazing. So this front part here looks amazing, and it started to mess up here because of the bulge of the fabric over here. So this would be 4, 5, 6 layers of fabric. So it started to bulge and create all of this mess here, but no matter, it's actually looking great. And yeah, I'm not too worried. The Babylock is a very good sewing machine, so very stable. I'm not too worried for this. All right. So yeah.